Well, when you do something for a certain amount of time, whether it be, you know, buying and selling stuff, working in certain shops, doing certain things, it could be anything, gardening, lawn mowing, jobs, hobbies. You know, if you're in a hobby for a certain amount of time, anything, you gain contacts, don't you? You know, you meet people, you become friends with people, you know people through people, contacts to get this, to get that, whatever it may be. Now, this come from none of those, in fact. Now, let's move this boat out of the way. This was a recent eBay shed find, a nice Kyosho Airstreak 500. Let's move that out of the way, and the little bottle. I've got Nitro all over my hand. So, here, in this box has come all the way across the world from Japan. Japan! Yep, I've got, well, I wouldn't say I've got contacts in Japan, but I've bought things from people in Japan for very different things, for RC things and for ham and CB radio in the past, and just random things, because sometimes you don't get things in the UK, so you have to go around the world to get the stuff that you want. Now, this isn't that case. You can get these in the UK. Don't really know if they were rare in the UK, but I couldn't find one anywhere. But I know they were released in the UK. They were released in England, 2006, I do believe. But I couldn't find one for sale anywhere when I was looking. I was looking for one, and as I say, I gave up because I couldn't find one. But then, a few weeks after I gave up, someone said to me, oh, you know, I don't know how you pronounce his name, Yoshi. I don't know. However you pronounce his name, I'm not very good at Japanese. He's got one of these for sale, and it's on eBay. And I was like, alright, I'll go and have a look. So, I went and had a look, and there it was. It was there. And I was able to cut a reasonable deal. No, I wasn't at all. I wasn't able to cut it. I paid the asking price. But, come from Japan. It took 3 days to get from Japan to here. I paid the customs, and it turned up today. So, let's have a look. Very well packed. One thing I will say about the Japanese, they're very meticulous. They do everything absolutely perfectly. Obviously that happened during the shipping. I mean, it's been on an aeroplane, for goodness sake. Good, you know. Luckily, customs don't appear to have opened it up, which is good. Because sometimes when the customs open up parcels and things, they don't pack them back up nice and neatly. They just whack it all back in there and tape it up. I've had things come from different countries before when the customs have very clearly opened it up. And yeah, it's all just thrown in and taped up, and it's got a big sticker on it saying customs has opened it to have a look. But yeah, so that's a shame when they do that. But this one seems to be relatively intact. So what we should have in here, as far as I know, is one of these. What's that? Oh, Orinoco, you said you can't get them in here. I know. This is the irony. This is the irony of it. So, this randomly came up to me. I wasn't even looking for a boat. I wasn't looking for anything boat related. This one popped up on eBay because eBay kept recommending bloody boats to me when I was looking for something else. Anyway, I ended up getting this one. I knew that it was quite tatty, but I didn't know a lot about it. there's since videos of me getting this one running, by the way, and there's going to be more videos of me cleaning it up and making it into a properly running model with, you know, properly clean and restoring it. But that's to come. Anyway, after I'd pretty much accidentally ordered this, I didn't expect him to take the offer. I forgot about it. But then I had a bit of spare time, and I thought I'm going to look to see if there's any parts available for this boat, just in case I need parts. And I was looking for parts, and that's when I thought to myself, I wonder if I can find a better condition one to buy, you know, because that's just the way that I work, the way my brain works is. So, and then I ended up going down the whole rabbit hole of asking people if they know of any for sale, if they've seen any for sale, and this and that and whatever else. And that's when I came across this one. So this one should be absolutely brand spanking new, from 2006, as far as I believe. It might not be, I don't know yet. And I don't think it's ever been ran. It might have been, but I don't think it has. So it's definitely well packed on the outside. Anyway, as I say, the Japanese, they are bloody good at what they do when it comes to service. They always want to do the best they can for you. You know, obviously you do get the odd one. It's the same in any country. You know, you do get people that are just idiots, but mainly the Japanese, they want to do everything for you. They can't do enough for you. Everything is absolutely perfect. Look at that. Even boxed up in another box. Ready to rock and roll. Right, that's a little tape. Japanese tape. Doesn't smell of anything yet. Sometimes when you get things from different countries, they smell of different countries. Not smelling anything yet. I bought a microphone from Japan once, and when it turned up, I didn't have to pay any customs on that one, strangely enough. When it turned up, it smelled of cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon, yeah. Right, here we go. An Airstreak. A Japanese model. Now you've got to remember, sometimes when companies release things, they have different alterations for different countries. So this is the GP version, ready, set, should have a transmitter, should have everything in it, because I think it's brand new. I don't think it's ever been ran, but we will find out. Yeah, sometimes they have different alterations for different countries. The UK will have an alteration, the US will have an alteration, Canada might have an alteration, Japan, China, all the other different countries might have different orientations, different things that other countries don't have. That's why sometimes it's interesting to have a product that comes from a different country, have it imported in, because you get to see the differences. So I don't actually know whether this one will be different to this one, because this one I'm assuming is a UK version. It would have been sold in a UK shop back in 2006, whereas this one I imported from Japan, as I've just explained. So everything would be as intended for Japan. So it may have been ran, just not very much, or it may be brand new. I actually really don't know. We've got some Japanese newspaper there. I might have to learn to read Japanese so that I can read this newspaper. I think that would be quite a cool achievement. I think I'll go and get myself a subscription to... What's that website? There's a website somewhere that it teaches you languages. Oh, look, some more Japanese newspaper. Anybody speak Japanese? Oh. Wow. Oh, hello. What we got going on down here? What we got going on down here then? Okay, I think we'll leave that bit alone. Right, let's see what we got. Look at this. Look at this. Do you want to get a little bit closer? So I'll put you on that bench over there, or do you want to stay where you are? I think maybe you might be better off if you go over there. Yeah? Alright. Come on. Okay, is that better for you? Now you can actually see inside the box and you can see what's going on. So yeah, we've got a boat. And it's... I think it's definitely been out and it's definitely been ran and used. That's fine, because that's what I was expecting anyway. We've got here, look. Still in the original packaging, Airstreak, GP Airstreak 500 ready set. It's got Kyosho products news, and the instructions are in English as well as Japanese, so we'll be able to read them if we need to. Let's get this out. Blimey. Oh, there's something in there as well. What? It's bloody stuck in here. Look. Oh, there we go. Yeah, right. We can compare this. There's a little stand. We'll keep that because we'll stand it on it in a minute. We'll compare the two boats together. Oh, bloody hell. We've got the... Alright, I'm just going to put it over there. So we've also got the transmitter, which is still in its polystyrene with the tape around it. So I wonder if it has been used. We'll soon find out. When we open up the boat, we'll soon know whether it's been ran. I mean, it will be blindingly obvious whether it's been ran or not. Wow. What have we got in here? It's all taped together. Still taped together, so it's difficult to get this out. Cool, it literally... Right, we're going to have to get the knife. Where's the knife gone? We're going to have to get the knife and cut through this tape here. That's it. Then we can move that. And if we cut through that tape there, we can move that. And then we can get this out. Right. Okay. Then if we cut through that... Wow. There's your standard Kyosho spanner that you get with the cars. A fuel bottle and union tape. Insulating tape to tape around your things. There's your little bottle for your fueling. Nothing else in there. So that was still taped up with the original tape, look. So that at the very least was brand new. And I think this transmitter's never been used either, so I think this is still brand new. So, what, is there anything in here? It feels heavy though. Don't know, I don't think... No, I don't think there's anything in there. Right, put that over there. Here comes the boat. So we'll have a look at the transmitter in a moment to see whether that is actually brand new. What do we get in this little box? Is that a... Oh, you get a... So you get a glow plug. You get a glow plug. You don't get a glow plug. You get a glow starter. Look. So you put a couple of batteries in there, and then there's your glow starter. Look. That's pretty cool. Couple of Allen keys and stuff. Listen, some of you might be a bit annoyed that I'm opening this kind of stuff up, but listen, it's there to be used. Now, if you have a look at this, there is some staining around. There's no marks on the bottom of it. The propeller seems like it's never been hit on anything. Everything seems to be. I don't think this has ever been used. I think at the very least, well, at the most, at the very most, I think it's been out the box and possibly displayed because of the dirt marks and the staining on it. I don't think it's ever been ran. Let's take the R clips off. Cute little tiny R clips. Take the lid off and we'll soon... Nah. This has never been ran. This is brand new. So we've got the antenna there for the receiver. Still in its storage position. Pull start. Got the glow plug in there. The carburetor is... It doesn't look like it's ever been moved. The original Kyosho Nitro tank, receiver there, battery box underneath it, 2 servos, Kyosho Perfects. What is that? Oh, that's a switch. That's the switch to turn it turn it on and off. And you can put that in there, I suppose, so that it doesn't turn off while you're out there boating, I would imagine. All the little pipes for the cooling, the exhaust, the sealer is all there. Wow. So this is in fact brand new. The listing that he had it on eBay did say that it was brand new, but there was a few signs that made me think perhaps it wasn't, like the staining around the edges on the lid, but it is in fact brand new. Now, I was originally looking for parts to repair if needed this one, but I've ended up with a brand spanking new version. So yeah, I've ended up with 2 of them. Let's compare them. So this one looks the way that it looks, and this one looks the way that it looks. Let's have a look. So this is the English one, this is the Japanese one. Now I don't know the differences in the years. There may be some RC boat geeks that will be able to look at this and go, oh okay, this one's an earlier one, this one's a later one, you know, the years, because there's obviously some differences. This one appears to have a similar engine, but it is different. I would say this one is older than this one. There may be a date on the box, we may be able to date it in a minute, but everything seems to be relatively similar. It's definitely got a different head on it. In fact, it's probably got a different engine. What have we got on this one? This is a GS, and that one just says GXR on this one, whereas that one's a GS. Yeah, it just says GS. That's all it says. Different carburetor. This one's got a plastic carb with a needle that points upwards. This one has a metal carb with a needle to the side and a tick over screw there, and that one's got the tick over there. We won't be using that for a boat, I wouldn't think. Same engine mounts, everything looks the same. I've just realised why this one wasn't very good now. The nitro tank is upside down. Don't know why I didn't really think about that when I was trying to get it to run, but it should go that way, which makes a lot more sense, because there's that pressure pipe that goes in the top, but where in this one it's in the bottom because the tank's upside down. So the video of this, me getting this one running, hasn't yet published live, so I would imagine when that video goes live there'll be loads of people commenting saying the tank's upside down. No, I didn't even really think about it, but now that I see this one, of course it's upside down. It makes perfect sense. That's supposed to route that way, so someone's had to go at the pipes on this one, because that pipe goes up into the side of the engine, yep, like that, and that one goes out. Whereas on this one they're in two different places. They're next to each other. On this one they're on the other side, but that's the same sort of thing. The prop looks roughly the same. This one's got some kind of plastic guard around it, whereas this one hasn't got anything at all. And this one's missing the battery box. Well, I've actually got the battery box, it's down there, but we haven't got a receiver, whereas this one's obviously got the original receiver, battery box and everything. The switch is missing on this one, so I'll need to sort out a switch for it. Wow, for some reason that one there has been blocked off, whereas you can see how it's supposed to be there. So yeah, RC Boat Geeks, if you know what years these are from, please do comment and tell me any information you know about these. I think the audio's gone. Has the audio gone? I think we're back. Right, sorry about that. I've got a loose connection inside my camera. Sometimes when I move it around, it moves the connection in the camera and we stop recording audio. So bear with me on that. But as I said, RC Nitro Boat Geeks. I don't know a lot about them. Back in the day, I had one. I don't even know what it was called. It was a wooden one, had an engine obviously in it, and I just used to dip it around in a pond. I caught some old bloke's fishing rod with it once, but that was about it. When it comes to these, I don't really know a lot about these air streaks. In fact, I know pretty much nothing about air streaks. I don't remember anybody having one when I was a kid. Don't remember any air streaks being around. Back then it was all just wooden boats really. You get the odd plasticky one, but they had like really tiny little engines and then they just sort of potted around. Whereas these are racing boats. These should go pretty quick. So if you know anything about them, and you know what year this one might be and what year this one might be, because there are some differences. And also, interestingly enough, if you happen to know if some of the differences are because of the country, because this is a Japanese spec one, or are they all the same? Did Kyosho make them all the same to go around the world? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm not going to fire this one up in this video because it'll need to be ran in. So what I'm going to do is set up a proper setup so that I can, because I might be able to go down to a pond and run it in a pond. Probably not though, so I'm going to have to set up like a bath, like a tank, so that I can feed water to it from a bottle. I have to just keep refilling the bottle. I can do that. I've done that in the past. Just hold the bottle up so it's gravity fed, goes down that pipe, goes through the engine and comes out the side. But what I normally prefer to do is put them in a big bucket. and just leave it there in a bucket for a little while. I know everyone's got their own different methods. Some people just plonk them straight on the water and let them go around in circles, but I haven't really got the means for that, and I want to fire this up. So it's the middle of winter here in the UK. But anyway, there we go. One Kyosho airstreak from Japan and a Kyosho airstreak from England somewhere. What are the differences? Who knows? And English, Japanese, pretty much the same. That one's got stickers on it. These stickers have been taken off. Yeah, thanks for watching, you lot. If you want to see this one be taken apart, cleaned up, restored and got running properly, definitely think about sticking around. My goal for the end of 2025, by Christmas, yeah, by Christmas, the 25th of December, I want to reach 10,000 subscribers. You can help me do that, and I appreciate all of you that help me do that. And if you want to become a channel member, you can do that, because that really helps to support me to be able to do this sort of thing and bring you hopefully some interesting content. So if you want to see that one be restored, think about sticking around. If you want to see this one be fired up for the very, very first time, and also go out on the pond for the very first time in its life since probably 2006, then again think about sticking around. Thanks for watching. Take care, you lot. All the best. Love life, because that is exactly what we're here to do. And if you see anything that and you think to yourself, I'm not sure whether to do that, just take the plunge and bloody do it. And you know what we didn't do? We didn't look at the transmitter. But this is a brand spanking new. It's never been out of the box. You can tell it's never been out. Look, it's still taped up. No wear on that. I put some batteries in this. I put some batteries in there. I'm bloody excited. See you later, you lot. If you love boats, Nitro RC cars, all that kind of stuff, this is where you want to be. Cheerio.